Good morning, class. Time to crack on. We have a few topics to get through today. The first one we're going to do is something we have covered before, briefly, and it's body shapes. And for body shapes, I'll have Julia do something. I also want to discuss with you the shapes of graphs. So we're doing a lot of shapes today. And for graphs, I will have Vicky do something. Then we will do something on culture. And I need a man for that one. Sado, you can do culture. And finally, Ronnie, if you could do telling the time with natural speech. Okay, natural speech. Natural speech. So, without further ado, let's invite Julia to get a few teams up. Who can we have? Let me see. Let's have Brent. Can we have Brent? Let's Brent, and we'll have Daria. And you want Sardor? Sardor. And Ronnie and
Vicky with someone.
Okay, Vicky and Arman. Let's do that. Good stuff. Right. So let me bring you up on stage, and you can lead this exercise.
Now we start back to back. Link your fingers and try to make a star. Yes. Then face to face. Put your hands on your waist. No, on the waist of your partner. And spin to the right 360 degrees.
Some are going right and some are going left, but that's okay. Let's try and do it to the right this time. To the right. You're going to the left. Sardo, the other right. Very good, very good. Okay, and the next one.
And the next one, you need stand in one line, like you are standing.
Stand in one line.
Hold your hands. Hold your hands and make a wave.
Perfect. I like that one too.
And next one, you need to make a pyramid. You need to hand behind your back.
Hands behind your back.
And make a pyramid with your...
So there are 6 of you. You've got to make a pyramid with 6 people. That's more like a house than I think we're gonna move our legs back slightly for a proper pyramid. I think we've got a yurt. We've just made a yurt, but that's close enough. That's close enough.
Then with your couples, you need face to face to each other. Left hand, you need to fold your partner's nose.
Hold
your partner's nose.
Hold your partner's nose, yeah.
And right hand, shake hand your partner's nose.
Shake hands.
Yes, that's all. Twirl your wrist.
Oh, twirl your wrists. That's shake, twirl. I'm looking for flamenco.
And wriggle your ankle.
Excellent, thank you, thank you.
Yes, that's all.
Wonderful, excellent, well done. Everyone take your seats, that was fantastic. Well done to you all, and thank you for your cooperation. This next section is about using natural speech. Using natural speech. So instead of saying it's 9:15, we say it's 9:15. And I think I said I'd have Ronnie. Ronnie, you're in charge of this section. Okay.
Now we will tell the time using English, using natural English. The first for Sardar.
It's 25 to 7 in the evening.
25 to 7. Yeah, 25 to 7.
Okay. The next for Julia.
It's 9:15 in the morning.
And next for Ivan.
It's midnight.
Yeah, sorry?
It's midnight.
It's midnight. Yeah, it's midnight. Yeah.
Okay. And the next for Vicky.
It's 8:20 in the evening.
And the last one for
10 to 12.
10 to 12?
11 to 12.
No.
10 to 11.
10 to 11. Exactly, it's 10 to 11. Good stuff. Right, let me write a couple of hard ones to see if anyone can get these. It's okay, I didn't do that for a second. Sardar.
5 minutes past 5 past 4.
5 past 4. Good man. And who wants to volunteer this one?
10 minutes to 10.
10 to 10 in the evening. Good stuff. Perfect. Okay, that's brilliant. I've got one last section that I want to do together, and it involves a listening exercise. Okay, I'll read something to you once, and you will answer some questions. But you may take some notes if you wish. This next section will be about culture and what the components of culture are. Culture. So fire at me. I don't need to ask you anything specifically. What are the components of culture?
Tradition.
Tradition. You're from Ukraine?
Yes.
What's different about Ukrainian traditions?
We have different cuisine
Different
and
foods?
different Ukrainian special clothes.
Yeah, clothing, absolutely. Do you wear your traditional clothing often?
Not so.
Not so
Only on celebrations.
I'm a Scot. What's my traditional dress?
Kill.
Kilt. And what do Scotsmen wear under their kilt?
Nothing.
Nothing, exactly. There's a story for that, but that's for another day. Okay, so we have tradition, and it involves our cuisine and our dress. What else? Just give me one other. Language. You are from Kazakhstan, Arman. Do you speak Kazakh and Russian, or just Kazakh?
I speak both.
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 And at home?
I speak both.
At home. Wow. It's nice to hold on to your your national language. It gives you a sense of who you are and your history. Absolutely. So that's part of culture. Something else.
Music.
Music. What kind of music do you like?
I mostly like rock music.
You like Russian music?
No, rap.
Rap music?
Yes.
Ah, nobody likes Annie Lorak anymore. Huge Annie Lorak. No, I thought Russian, I can't help it. I know a generation that loved Annie Lorak.
And Lorak is Ukrainian.
Absolutely, right. So music, let me think, now, rap music. Rap music isn't really of my generation. Do you like rap music?
Usually.
Some of it. I guess some of it. You like rap? I know you like rap music. You've told me you like rock music. No. Okay, so we have music. Let me see someone else. Let me see. Sardor, give me one other.
The way we dress.
Absolutely, the way we dress. And I don't mean national, but I guess formally or informally. Our style of dress. Our style of dress. Now, you're from Uzbekistan?
Yes.
How do people dress in Uzbekistan and how is it different to what you see in Prague?
Different is Czech people dress less conservative.
So it's less conservatively,
Yeah.
absolutely. So what do you mean by that?
If we're gonna talk about girls, they dress
More leg.
more like
It's absolutely same in Scotland. Exactly. The dress length tends to be a bit longer. Maybe Scottish girls don't have good legs. I don't know, but there's definitely a style of dress. What about gentlemen? How do you're from which country? Kazakhstan. How do men dress in Kazakhstan? How is it different from the way they dress here in the Czech Republic?
Freestyle. Every man's wearing what he wants.
In Kazakhstan?
Yeah.
Absolutely. Well, I don't know. I've never been to Kazakhstan, so I know that in some cultures, men like shiny shoes and very, very tidy trousers. I see jeans worn a lot in Prague. It seems to be
Wearing traditional clothes only on celebrations.
okay, some special festival.
Yeah.
Okay, good stuff. And what is your national dress called? Mine's is called the kilt, and we've discussed what I wear with my kilt. You don't know?
I don't.
Okay, homework. You've got to work out what your national dress is called in English. Okay, so we have style of dress, language, tradition, music. Who will give me another?
The way to talk to each other.
Absolutely. Do we speak formally or do we speak informally? What's my name?
Martin.
Exactly, we use first names. Did you always use first names with your instructors? Is it normal in which part of it? Where are you from? Ukraine. Is it normal in Ukraine to use the first name of the instructor?
No.
No, but here it's fine.
Only formal.
Yeah, so the way we speak to each other, the way we address. Oops. Is it normal to say good morning to everyone that you see? And where I live, you can't walk past someone without saying Dobry den. You have to. It's like Dobry den, I've spoken and I'm leaving. But you have to say something. In Scotland, people just walk past and don't look at each other. So the way we address each other, Mr. and Mrs. or Miss. Mr. Do you use this often?
Yes.
You do, I guess. It can be quite formal. Where you're from, in Uzbekistan, is it normally Mr. and Miss?
no.
No? First names?
Yes.
Oh, I must go to Uzbekistan. Okay, when we take all of these components, and this is not exhaustive, but these are nice components of culture, we have a paradigm. Which sounds like a very impressive big word, but has a very simple meaning. Paradigm.
The way we do things.
The way we do things. That's all it means, the way we do things. Right? Now, think of this when you go to McDonald's, you are your own waitress. You carry it, and you eat the food quickly, and then you carry it and you put it away. It's the way things are done. It's the McDonald's paradigm. You should give yourself a tip. Yeah? You've done all the work, why not? So the paradigm, the way we do things. I've asked Sardor to select some questions on culture and to ask the group. So Sardor, if it's okay with you, I'll give you the microphone and we can begin.
Okay.
I will read this only once, so listen carefully. I will read you a very short passage. It's going to take me, it's one page. It will take me maybe 3 minutes to complete. And it's about a young lady and her love of skydiving. Hello, I'm Kate Asadi, and I'm here to talk about my hobby, which is skydiving. So why do people want to jump out of an aeroplane? In England, this is seen as something done by crazy young people. But in America, skydiving is a hobby that has been taken up by people from all age groups, by anyone looking for excitement, from 20-year-olds to people enjoying an active retirement. I wanted to do skydiving as a teenager, but my parents weren't very keen on the idea and wouldn't give their permission. So my first jump was as a university student when I was able to get a discount. Immediately I was hooked. I couldn't afford to do it regularly though until I started working as a lawyer. Why do I do it? Well, skydiving makes you feel great. You forget all your problems. There aren't any real health benefits, although I know several business executives with stressful jobs who do skydiving to help them relax. Of course, some people start skydiving to help them get over a fear of heights. If they can face up to their fear and jump out of a plane at a height of 3,000 meters, it helps them to build up the confidence to tackle other things. So how do you start? The equipment for skydiving is specialized and not easy to get in your local sports shops. Nowadays, most people buy skydiving kit from websites. There's more choice and you can see photographs. Though when you're buying second-hand on the internet, you should ask to see the equipment first. I got my skydiving camera that way. And last week I got a helmet with a 50% discount. You need a good helmet. It's the most important part of your equipment. I agree, I think the parachute is the most important part. I agree with you, but this is not my words. For your first skydive, you jump from a height of over 3,000 meters, strapped to an instructor who's required to have done at least 2,000 jumps before. You dive down in free fall for 30 seconds, and when the parachute opens, you float down sedately, landing very gently. And after that, most people can't wait to have another go. Still nervous? Don't worry. All trainee skydivers must wear an appliance known as the automatic parachute. It's compulsory. So even if you black out, your parachute will still open on its own. These rules are for safety reasons, so what's stopping you? If you're interested, you need to get in touch with the Parachute Association and you'll find the contact details through your local airport. They'll give you advice on how to get started. You can learn to skydive over a weekend, but I suggest the best way to do it is over several months. That allows you to build up your confidence gradually. Skydiving's great. It gives you a whole new outlook on life. Okay. I'm going to ask some questions then. I won't ask anyone specifically, I'll ask the crowd. Katie says that in America, people from a variety of what? Or what? Enjoy skydiving.
Age group.
Age groups. Very good. When Kate first tried skydiving when she was... She was a university, very well, absolutely perfect. She was a university student. Kate says that learning to skydive can help you overcome a fear of heights. A fear of heights, absolutely. More people are buying skydiving equipment from where these days?
Websites.
From websites. I think you guys are good. Let me see. This one should be quite easy. Kate recently bought what at a bargain price?
Helmet.
A helmet. The most important piece of kit, apart from the parachute, I guess. To become an instructor. To become an instructor over this side of the room. To become an instructor, a skydiver must have completed at least how many previous jumps? 2,000, perfect, 2,000. You can find the Parachute Association by contacting your nearest airport. I'm going to give you one that's hard. Kate advises people to spend a period of how long learning to skydive? Several, exactly, several. Well done, perfect. Right, well, with that, I think we'll close this short session. Thank you very much for your participation, and I'll see you all next week.
Thank you. Bye-bye.